I've done videos before talking about your favorite reptile YouTubers, but today, let's talk about the ones that you can't stand. This video is about the ones that you don't like, or the ones I asked you on Discord and on the YouTube poll, which ones don't you like and why, and I'll make a video talking about them. But it turns out you guys like a lot of them, so let's keep it positive right off the bat. And also in this video, I'm not talking about the old players I've talked about a million times, unless they were really requested. I'm gonna talk about some channels I've never talked about before. And to keep it even Steven, I'm pulling them out of my kid's yogurt cup, so let's just get started. Starting off with Mr. Hillbilly. Now, this is a totally unique brand, I think. Or not brand as much as niche. I feel like there's certain guys in this niche, Dr. Plants is in there, TeraGreen, and we're gonna talk about them too. But they're mostly faceless terrarium build channels. They pick up a lot of steam, and they're the ones that I love to watch. These are my favorite channels to watch. And actually, I wanna say thanks to this niche because of them, and actually my friends over at Chewy, I've been doing a lot of these really cool scapes and naturalistic enclosures, which I'll be showing more in the new year. Thankfully, I can get everything I need in one spot at chewy.com. There's a link below. We made it Wickens Wicked Habitats so that everything is in the exact same spot. You don't have to search the entire website or the entire internet. It's all there right in one spot. Chewy.com, link below. It's literally the products that I use to make the videos I'll be showing you next year. Anyway, Mr. Hillbilly. So this is a faceless build channel where he's building terrariums and storytelling, and you know those channels where they do, 100 days in this ecosystem. 123,000 subscribers. He's got this unique voice, not really hillbilly, but almost like child-esque type voice where it's this child enthusiasm. I really like it. I like that niche. We're going to talk about more of those channels. Next, I told you we're going to talk about the ones that you can't stand. Jeffy Boy. My name is Jeff. Now, obviously, this is Jeff Levowitz. I can't stand this channel either. And really, there's very few channels I feel so strongly are bad influences on the community. If you don't know, there was this guy who got bit by a taipan earlier this year, and then he proceeded to call people a bunch of names and be super misogynistic and just overall be kind of not really the nicest guy. Talking about how if you don't keep venomous stuff, if you keep corn snakes and leopard geckos, you're into kid stuff like that. So obviously not the best influence on the community. I would say terrible influence on the community. He's a school teacher. Imagine you found out and this guy was like teaching your kid in school. Ugh. Anyway, he rebranded as Not Dead Yet. Kind of clever. He's got 35,000 subscribers, something like that, and it's mostly short form stuff. From what I understand, he actually doesn't have any more venomous snakes. He's just reusing a bunch of content from before he got bit. I don't really like what you do on the internet, but all the luck to you. I hope that your kidneys heal and you're not on dialysis for too much longer. All right, what do we got next? Ants Canada. Okay. One of you did put this in the I don't like this creator category. This was on Discord, it was a DM, and I have no idea why. I don't think that anyone will agree with you. This channel has 6.24 million subscribers, so he's about 20 times the size of my channel, and he deserves every bit of it. So it's a Canadian dude, Mikey Bustos, who's Filipino, so he lives in the Philippines now. He's on the second season of Canadian Idol, I think, or the first season maybe. He took second place. Either way, so amazing singer, actor, does a lot of parody videos, but Ants Canada is his main reptile channel, even though it's mostly about ants. But he's got this entire series about Pandora and then Gaia, I think. So 2 enclosures that are about 1,500 gallons each, one on the top floor of his house, one on the bottom floor of his house, and then there's a dude, it is the coolest thing, nicest guy, freaking amazing. The cinematography and the storytelling. Like, I realize he has a production team, but it doesn't matter. This stuff could be on Netflix, never mind YouTube. All right, who do we got next? Dingo. Okay, I'm cheating on this one. This is the only one I'm cheating on. Nobody said anything bad about Dingo. They just said you have to talk about him. Obviously, I did a full video right here, and then some dingbat, we'll call him, who is a doctor, but sort of. Anyway, his video is right here, or my video about him bashing Dingo is right there. 100, nope, that's not it either. 115,000 subscribers. That's on his rebooted channel, because his channel went kaput thanks to some dingbat in South Africa. Had to redo the entire thing. I can't say enough good things about the guy. I'm not gonna beat it to death. Dingo is a freaking hero. And yeah, let's move on. Leafy Street. Okay, so Leafy Street, first of all, congratulations on 1 million subscribers. I messaged you, but in the video, congratulations. It's huge. This is one of those faceless type build channel, storytelling, right? He does like the lesbian gecko army talking about the morning geckos. I think it's absolutely adorable what he does with those animals. It's a lot of short form stuff, but all of his long form is really good too. So he's got the long form content down. It's fantastic. Faceless build, his voices. Like you'd think he's like some 35-year-old EA Sports guy, and he's like this younger dude who's, anyway. Alex, you're the man. Love your channel. Okay, here we go. Leopard Gecko. So Leopard Gecko, 309,000 subscribers. Obviously, there was a little bit of a dust up between Leopard Gecko and I at the very beginning of the year. I will say, if you want Leopard Gecko content, this is the person to go to. Her channel is kind of like tapered down in terms of popularity over the years, but she's been doing it for like 11 years, something like that. So there's only so much content you can do about leopard geckos, and even the geckos that she's doing, she's kind of branched out into some new cals and stuff like that. And I don't think the popularity of your channel is the make of a person. Obviously, I think her best video this year was talking about some other bald YouTuber, but either way, if you want leopard gecko content, it's a decent channel. I made a video recently, I think in September, talking about clickbait. So Shira does content mostly about snake behavior and things like that, and it's very different than what you're used to watching snake content. So her whole thing is snakes aren't scary, this is why, and the whole thing. She decided to make a video, which I think is her best performing video ever, about other YouTubers and how they're clickbaiters, and I was named, and then I did a whole response to it. And overall, the content is good. I don't agree with her at all on clickbait or how any of that works, but if you're looking for kind of like a, I don't want to call it like hippity-dippity in a bad way, but like, I don't know, this Zen type, I don't even know how to describe it, but mostly good information, and yeah, all the power to you. Good luck. So I said before, I'm going to talk about channels I've never talked about before. Chief Sweets Universe. This is kind of a new player, and overall a decent dude. I really didn't know who this guy was until he was so widely requested for this video. And I think the reason I didn't know who he was, even though he has 92.6 thousand subscribers, which is a huge thing, congratulations, you're gonna get a silver play button pretty soon, is because his bread and butter is short form content. And I'm not saying like short forms like the easy way or cheat code, but it is kind of a cheat code to get your subscribers out. And there's nothing wrong with that. If your goal is to get that silver play button or get that gold play button, short form content is the way to do it. He's got millions of views on some of his short form videos, but the thing is, his long form videos are pretty good too. I mean, by pretty good, they're good. He actually did one recently about a bearded dragon setup where he's promoting my discount code on Shui, which is kind of cool. Thanks for doing that. Anyway, I like this guy's content quite a bit. I like the way that he edits. I like his voice. The whole thing is good. All right, let's speed it up a little bit. I mean, this is a bad one to speed it up for because Dr. Plants is probably my favorite channel. And the inspiration of why I'm creating a new channel. Next year, I'm launching a new channel. Stay tuned. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be the same sort of niche as Dr. Plants, I think, is the king of, which is this faceless build storytelling channel. These are videos that I used to sort of do on this channel, but they just don't fit. It's not what I do. This is, you know, some idiot on the internet with a bald head running his mouth. And I like making videos like that too. I love making enclosures, and there's nobody better than Dr. Plants. The energy is perfect, the editing is perfect, the voice is like this omnipresent voice. He's like the analytics king. I remember sitting with him and he's ripping apart in a very nice way, my analytics on YouTube. He is so smart when it comes to YouTube and just in general, so entertaining. I can't say enough good things. Dr. Plants is probably my favorite channel to watch. This is a write-in, Daffy. My wife asked about this one when I was on my way down. Daffy is one of my best friends and a great content creator. He's the guy that does all the Facebook stuff, so takes my videos here and puts them on Facebook. And he was featured in this video right here, Daffy's Roundtable. So here's the thing. There's gonna be a lot of people watching this video, hopefully. Wouldn't it be cool if everyone went on Instagram and followed him? He's really trying to get to 10,000. There's new things that unlock. And I'm just not gonna tell him about this, and maybe he'll just wake up and have a bunch of new followers on Instagram. That'd be kind of cool. Speaking of the faceless build channel, there's gotta be like a better niche to call it, but TeraGreen is another one of my favorite ones. Now, 1.01 million subscribers, so congratulations. 1 million subscribers is huge. He's kind of got this average Joe voice, but same sort of line as Dr. Plants, right? High energy, snappy editing, good storytelling, fantastic videos, a story about the animals and the build at the same time. If you haven't watched videos in this niche, I highly recommend it. But TeraGreen, congratulations on your success. You're great. So this next one was on the bad list or the naughty list, Bill Strand, and the reason was that he does too many lives. So Bill, he has his own channel, right? Chameleon Academy, 26.8 thousand subscribers. And he's got a new one called Bill Strand, 267 subscribers, which is about like YouTube and how to make YouTube videos and stuff. He does a lot of live stuff, so like apparently you annoyed some person. I like them. And if you want to see more about, well, I think we're baking something. Anyway, tune into Bill's Instagram or YouTube, or I'm not sure what platform, but this Sunday, we're baking stuff, Bill and I. So it'll be fun. I like Bill. You do go live a lot. All right. Wickens, Wicked Reptiles. Sorry, I am sick, so it sounds like I'm going through puberty here, but this guy, 364,000 subscribers, hopefully by the time this video comes out. I don't know. You run your mouth a lot. You don't really have a lot of interesting things to say. You just kind of scream real loud so people pay attention. He's all right, I guess, but I can see why more than one person said that they don't like this channel and they wanted me to talk about him. So you have a cute kid though, and your wife's pretty hot, but anyway, let's move on. Dan the Shrimpman. So Dan the Turtle Man, he's 369,000 subscribers. He does a lot of shrimp content. He's another guy that blew up with short form content, but his long form content is amazing. He is totally unhinged. And if you're looking for something to watch where you're like, what did I just watch? But it's entertaining, Dan's the guy. Here's one that I got a lot of, Casual Geographic. And I'm like, who's that? I've never heard of that. I have, and so have you. You know the dude who always has like the headphones in, like the old school ones, and he's talking into the mic like this on TikTok, and it's superimposed his face, duetted. I don't know how it works on TikTok. And he's talking about animals mostly. That's that guy. Well, he makes long form content too, and on YouTube he has 3.65 million subscribers. It's a lot of reused stuff that he does, but it's entertaining, and it's mostly for entertainment value. I mean, there's stuff to learn there for sure, but how to defend yourself against a polar bear? I'm not sure I'm going to be able to use that. Animals at Home podcast, I think I've been on the podcast twice, but he's had some really interesting ones lately, and I think he's really changing the game. And in terms of reptile podcasts, he's right up there. I don't know if there's anyone that's better than him. This one is Reptiliatus. So obviously I've talked about my friend Dian a bunch before, 246,000 subscribers. This guy, I'm putting on again. I wasn't going to put on because he kind of is starting afresh. He had something very tragic happen to him in his reptile room. I'm not going to spoil it because the video just came out. I highly recommend you watch it. Not only is it an amazing story, his perseverance, like I wouldn't have been able to handle it as well as him for sure. And the video is just a masterpiece to watch. So Dian's a great guy. And this one actually, I'm also kind of cheating because this was like just talk about his new video, which there you go. I would have anyway. It's fantastic. Here's one, Duff Does Nature Stuff. Interesting dude, super goofy, fun personality, fun to be around. Most of his videos are collabs, talking about venomous stuff. He's got 28.8 thousand subscribers, so substantial size following. Overall, good guy, good channel. Someone said that they thought his hair was silly, but I'm pretty sure he cut the mullet off. Brad's bioactive builds. So, embarrassing story about Brad. First of all, very elaborate builds. The comment that I got, it was a DM on Instagram, was that Brad, his builds are too elaborate and there's no way you're going to be able to do them because he's too talented. So, okay. 22.8 thousand subscribers. I really think you should have more. Amazing collection, amazing builds. Really embarrassing story. Normally, I meet a lot of people at expos. I saw him at Tinley. Comes up to me, introduces himself, wearing the Brad's Bioactive Builds shirt. I watch his videos, and I've spoken to him before. Didn't recognize him, because he's about 7 feet tall, and he looked different when I was looking at him like this. So, super embarrassing, but you should watch Brad's stuff. It's very good. Zoom Life. This is a weird one, because it's not necessarily a reptile channel. I like Zoom Life. I think it's a very good channel. I've actually used a lot of this footage in some of my other videos. Basically, just kind of like zooming smallest to biggest and with reptiles and fish and stuff like that. So it's weird, but I kind of like it. The Microverse. This is a small channel. I think, yeah, 4,500 subscribers. Really cool guy. He's from Canada also. It's these faceless builds, sort of, but I feel like the production is only going to get better. And when the production value of these videos gets better, because he's a very hippity-dippty, spiritual type of dude, I think he's going to carve his niche and he's going to be very successful. And last but not least, Fat Man. So this is not a joke. Fat Man Nation. It's a podcast and kind of network. I've been on his podcast. My wife's been on his podcast. Good dude. And before you ask why I didn't talk about Brian, because I know that you guys know I'm a huge fan. Brian, the channel is great. Everything's great. I didn't want to include him in this video because, I mean, it's like the title is bad. Not that any of these guys are bad. But also I have a very special episode coming out in about a month in January. all about Brian, and I want to save all my comments about Brian for that. So there you go. Let me know in the comment section below who's your favorite reptile YouTuber. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for hitting like and subscribe. The Patreon supporters getting one-on-ones. I love doing them. Discounts on merch, videos early, all that and more for as little as $1 a month. I do videos twice a week, so I'll see you in the next one.